everyone, welcome to another episode of Local Heroes. Mood is a little bit low. I mean, as you know, there are times of uncertainty here in Europe. It's not the best time to actually, be cheerful. But the truth is that, life goes on, campaign goes on. And then we like even in the distress, I mean, we do still have to work hard to actually bring up democracy in Hungary more than ever. I mean, someone told me this during the week, and it really makes sense. It's even more important than ever to actually continue campaigning, because the future of Europe, the future of peace also depends on actually not having Trojan horses within the family and within Europe. And that just makes the mission to actually oust Orban even more important. Independently, today we're going to be meeting with Elekes István, one of our candidates in the Zala County, in Zala 2 and Zala 2nd. And then we're going to be doing some local forums. I think that today is going to be a fun day for us to show you what type of activities do you do in normal villages and not in big cities when you cannot hold on these big forums, or maybe you cannot do canvassing. Today is going to be a more of a quiet day. It's going to be a day where we're going to also try to come back very early to Budapest. We're going to do forum with our member of the European Parliament and the president of the party, and with the Prime Minister candidate for the United Opposition of Hungary. So before we just jump in, remember to subscribe, to hit the bell. I'm just saying it very low tone. Hit the bell and comment, obviously, and follow up the stories of also all the other local heroes that we've been meeting up on the road. And let's just get into it. So we are right now in Zala, but it's actually very funny because Tomasz's parents are from a village very close by called Apati as well. We are doing a forum with István, which is a local candidate. Unfortunately, he doesn't speak English, so I will just not be able to document him for you guys today. But we're going to do a forum, and the reason why we're doing a forum in these small villages in Hungary, and some of you asked me in privately, why do we actually just go? What's the value? I mean, few people show up in the morning and so on. It's because I think that one of the values of community building is to respect the local solutions and how local communities interact with each other. Solutions that work in maybe bigger cities don't work in every small village. So, for example, in small villages, we have tried several times to do door-to-door canvassing and so on, and then the thing doesn't work that well just because the interaction with the people is not as effective when we do individual contact. I mean, people here are more used to talk longer, they have a lot of distrust, they don't want to be identified by the neighbor and so on. So local forums are actually a very good indicator to actually get support, because independently that you don't have a lot of people in there, which by the way, actually we do have a lot of people here, they are actually a very good marketing possibility, because you put your stand, people pass by, normally people are doing groceries, and then they just get curious, and then independently that they don't sign your petition and so on, they actually just come back, and then as the case of today, they just take one of the newspapers that we're doing, which is actually a very fun thing because it has a lot of information about the candidate, the program, but also about the general campaign nationwide, and then they just leave with curiosity, and then they come back. So now we're just gonna go to another village and then to another forum, and then hopefully we meet as many people as we met up here. Let's just go there. So we just finished in Zala and Tóth, and it was actually a very good day. People are laughing just for whatever reason, I don't care. It was actually an interesting thing because it was not that big of a forum as we used to have. But then there was actually one family only that showed up, and then they were very active. They were engaged with our local candidate, with István, and then also with Anna, who was with us today. And one of the things that I really like about this forum is that sometimes we have this tendency to say like, oh, it was not a very successful forum just because we didn't manage to, you know, gather a lot of people and so on, and that might be partial truth. But then also, if you look at the positive side, the end of the conversation was so engaging and so personal with these people that, you know, Thomas here was reminding them that, you know, they also have the possibility to have a role in the campaign, doing activism, and then not even only being on the front, because that's what people assume, but just doing, you know, like taking on the leaflets, the newspapers that we give with the information of the candidate and putting them on the post boxes all around the city. And actually that's very helpful. But then also on the positive side, I just want to emphasize that every conversation that we have with one member of the community, it's always, you have to count on the multiplication factor, because then people can always say, oh, like, you know, you spoke with us and for 2 minutes and then bye, and it was not organic. But then when you invest time in actually having to have a deep conversation with the people, they are actually the ones who multiply and share your message. I'm with a code because we were all outside and I didn't count that it's still in winter in Hungary. And then the video is not over because we're going to Budafok. We're going to be we're gonna be cut. Okay, we're going to Budafok because we're going to be doing another forum for Tóth Endre, which is our candidate there, and there's going to be Mark Peter with us. It's gonna be fun. I'm just gonna put that video on because today is a day of forums. All right, let's.
Ők egy kézfeltartással szavaztak, és azt mondják a balkezük fölemelésével, hogy igen. Ebben a másik kultúrában, amit a Fidesz képvisel, ugye egy sztálini viccel.
Alright, it was a little bit long day after 2 forums in Zala. It was not bad. We just finished, you see back there, there was a lot of people in this forum that we had with Endre. It was actually very cool. Marcus Peter spoke, and actually it's an interesting thing to have an event for the campaign in the middle of conflict. I mean, we were talking about a little bit in the car that, you know, like how do we continue, you know, campaigning in these circumstances when you cannot focus and then actually your neighboring country is in the middle of a conflict. But as it was said in the speech several times, you know, the peace of Europe depends on also changing this government, because it's basically a Trojan horse in the European Union. Next week we're going to be traveling to Debrecen again, and we're going to be traveling with Marcus Peter. We're going to be traveling with Donatana and probably the parties, other leaders from other parties. So it's gonna be an interesting thing. Again, sorry not to be on the highest note, but you know, circumstances. But yeah, that was the end of the day. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, to hit the bell, to comment, and so on. And then until next time, where we meet another couple of local heroes.